As a manga collector, there is always one problem that we stumble upon. Which series should I buy next? And to make life easier for you and you can get the best of your bucks, I have decided to make a first impressions on the manga series Shaman King to see if it is something for you. Yo, what is up fellow underdogs, I hope all is well, and I've gotten around to reading the first volume of Shaman King, so there isn't a better moment to start doing this first impressions video. If you haven't seen my manga haul unboxing this volume, then definitely check it out, but for now let's get into the first impressions. I have made a few categories that I wanted to talk to you guys about. We have the artwork, the story, the characters, and the world that Shaman King is being in. So let's start off by the artwork, which is a 7 out of 10 for me. It is super solid, but actually nothing special. It is real fun, the emotions are conveyed real good by the mangaka. I know it gets better as the story progresses, but that is mostly the case because mangaka tend to draw a lot, I guess. But yeah, it is nothing really special, it is really solid, and I think as long as you can convey the emotions that are necessary in the scene, then I think that's a plus. So that's why I gave it a 7 out of 10 instead of a 6. So it's really solid, but nothing special. So for the story, I used to enjoy this anime as a child a lot, and I give it a 6 out of 10 because it is as I remember it, but they changed some things, and I think the mangaka is still trying to test out what Shaman King is going to become later on. In this first volume, it are a lot of stories that gets concluded each chapter, and he's trying to lay out what Shaman King is going to be about, so we get a little bit of an explanation about the world and the characters, which is great. But I think at the beginning of the series he doesn't really know which direction he's going to go in yet, and at the end of the first volume we actually get there, so that's amazing. But yeah, that's why it's getting a 6 out of 10 for me. We have the characters, and I'm actually in love with the characters of this series. I don't know if it's youth, nostalgia, or if it's just because I really enjoy these characters, but I definitely love the main character Yo and Manta. Mainly because Yo is such a kind person and Manta just brings the humor to this series, and I think that's just awesome. Of course, we also have our main spirit, our best boy, Amidamaru, and Amidamaru has the coolest character design ever. I think he just needs to loosen up a little bit yet, you know, just loosen up. And yeah, that's of course done on purpose because it's a 600-year-old samurai. So I hope that as the story progresses we get to know a bit more of his history and to see his personality shine a little bit more. Those aren't of course the only characters that we are going to meet in this first volume. We also have some punks which are going to be a bigger part of the story later on, and they are looking for, or they're at the cemetery and they are at their happy place, which in the anime was called the best place, and I believe also in Japan is being called the best place. So it's kind of strange that they changed that in the translation. I'm not sure what went wrong there or if that's even true at all. If you know, definitely let me know in the comments down below. We get to know all these people, and as far as I'm concerned, they did a really solid job at defining Yo's character and Manta's characters, which I think is the most important. So the world, the story takes place in Tokyo, not Tokyo from modern day Tokyo, but Tokyo a few years back, I believe 30 years back or something. Because this is an old manga, so it is Tokyo from a few years back, and it is filled with ghosts. So they added some characters of course which were necessary for the series, but it is something that we're familiar with. It's a high school setting, so that's also something that we see in a lot of manga like Bleach, Jujutsu Kaisen and all those kind of series. So it's not a setting that is super rare to find in manga, but it's still enjoyable nonetheless. So actually that is what I wanted to talk with you guys about. If you like this video, please consider giving it a like. Also, have you read Shaman King? I'm really interested to know. Let me know in the comments down below. But for now, this was Manga Underdog, and I hope to see you next time.